Welcome to this explainer, where we're breaking down the truly grueling reality behind the 20-year dominance of one of the greatest athletes in human history. We are looking directly under the hood at the mindset, the daily routines, and the unvarnished truth of Cristiano Ronaldo's incredible journey of hard work. Now, whether you're a diehard sports fan or just someone fascinated by peak human performance, understanding exactly how someone stays at the absolute top of their field for 2 straight decades is incredibly valuable. So, get ready to take some notes. Okay, let's just dive right into this by addressing the elephant in the room. The question everybody always asks, what is his ultimate secret? I mean, how do you maintain that unbelievable level of performance year after year, constantly fighting off the next generation of superstars? Everyone wants the shortcut, right? We all want the hidden technique or that one secret morning routine that just magically produces greatness. But as Ronaldo himself puts it in our source material, that magical hack simply does not exist. He says, and I quote, "The secrets don't exist. Exist hard work, dedication, be obsessed." It's almost a little disappointing to hear if you're looking for an easy way out, isn't it? But honestly, it's also profoundly empowering. The absolute foundation of his success isn't hidden behind some paywall or a lucky genetic lottery. It is built entirely on dedication and a relentless obsession with maximizing his own potential. So, now that we know there is no secret, here is the exact playbook we are going to break down today to understand his sustained greatness. The myth of the secret, consistency over obsession, talent multiplied by hard work, mastering the champion mindset, and finally, trust, family, and balance. Let's move right into our first section, the myth of the secret. We really need to see how this builds from the illusion of a magic formula to the very unglamorous everyday truth. What's really fascinating here is how he completely normalizes the struggle. People just assume Ronaldo jumps out of bed every single day, completely thrilled to hit the gym. But he actually admits that he doesn't always wake up happy. He doesn't always want to go train. He experiences the exact same daily friction that you and I do. But the difference, the real difference, is he goes anyway, because he has a compromise with himself. He actively fights against that unwillingness. He dedicates himself 100% to his goals, honoring the promise he made to himself, totally regardless of whatever his mood happens to be that day. Moving on to section 2, consistency over obsession. Let's explore why raw obsession isn't actually the sustainable engine behind a 2-decade career. This perfectly illustrates his philosophy. He literally warns people not to be exactly like him, admitting he can sometimes be a bit crazy. He notes that being more than 20 or 25% obsessed is actually way too much for most people. What he emphasizes above absolutely everything else is consistency. If you start today and just stay consistent, you will see the benefits in the future. You're going to outlast the competition. It's not about being perfectly obsessed 100% of the time. It's about making sure steady, reliable consistency makes up the vast majority of your effort. 0% secret hacks, guys. To really ground this idea, former teammate Patrice Evra noted something incredible. Evra said that many top-level players are highly professional. They come in early, they do their daily recoveries, but Ronaldo's true differentiator is the step-by-step discipline of literally never stopping. Evra pointed out that while other professionals might occasionally have a day where they ease off just a little bit, Ronaldo does it every single day, non-stop, without ever missing a beat. That right there is the true heavyweight of consistency. All right, on to section 3, talent multiplied by hard work. So the crucial point here is how we bridge that massive gap between natural physical gifts and the grueling work ethic required to actually harness them. Now, he fully acknowledges that talent is the baseline requirement. As he frankly says, if you don't have talent, forget it. But he immediately follows that up with a massive reality check. Talent without work is nothing. And conversely, work without talent is nothing too. They absolutely have to mix together. He knows he has the talent, but it's his sheer, relentless work ethic that multiplies that natural ability into a 20-year career at the very top. He doesn't just rely on his talent, he literally weaponizes it with hard work. We can visually trace how he continuously applied this work ethic throughout his entire life, starting as just a kid in Madeira, playing out in the streets, just enjoying the game, then reaching his professional dream at Sporting. The massive turning point was playing against Manchester United at just 18 years old. He put 100% extra effort into that specific match, and it led them to sign him. But what's really the most revealing part is his move to Real Madrid. After winning basically everything in Manchester, he didn't just get comfortable. No way. He actively sought out a completely new challenge, a brand new language, and immense, crushing pressure just to see what he could do. He constantly forces himself to evolve. Next up, Section 4, Mastering the Champion Mindset. Let's dive deep into the mental frameworks he relies on to sustain this terrifying level of output. He views the mind as a box of surprises. I absolutely love this definition. It's his personal term for the ultimate internal battleground. Your mind is going to surprise you with excuses, with a sudden lack of motivation, with heavy fatigue. The whole point is challenging yourself to be consistent, especially when that motivation completely fades away. When you don't feel confident or when you miss a shot, he says he will just shoot a second time and a third time. He actively fights against the negative surprises his own mind throws at him. Get this, he holds a ridiculous 145 records where he is the first, the most, or the only person to achieve something in professional football. But his perspective on this massive number is vital. He claims he doesn't follow the records follow him. They are simply a natural byproduct of his dedication and his self-described addiction to success. He puts all his work into the success of the team and his own performance, and the historical records just naturally pile up in his wake. Maintaining this kind of mindset requires a highly protected internal routine. True dedication involves managing every single variable you possibly can. For example, he flat out refuses to take phone calls after 10 p.m. because he knows it activates his brain right when he needs to be resting. He intentionally gets exactly 20 to 30 minutes of daily sun exposure for his body, carefully balancing the health benefits without overdoing it. Most tellingly, he views himself as his own mental coach, his own doctor, and his own nutritionist. And above all, he constantly reminds himself to leave the past behind and focus solely on the present moment, treating it as a true gift. Finally, Section 5, Trust, Family, and Balance, because you really can't be a machine on the pitch without a solid human foundation off it. Despite having millions upon millions of followers and immense global fame, arguably being one of the most recognizable human beings on Earth, his circle of absolute 100% trust is incredibly small. When he was asked how many people he completely trusts, he estimated it's limited to just about 4% of the people around him. That's maybe 4 specific individuals in total. Fame is a serious double-edged sword, and maintaining a tight, fiercely loyal inner circle is absolutely crucial for his mental survival. We see his core values brilliantly displayed through a deeply tragic and pivotal moment in his career. When his father was gravely ill in the hospital, his manager at the time, Sir Alex Ferguson, looked at him and prioritized Ronaldo's family over crucial Champions League games for the football club. He gave him the time off to go be with his father. This profound act of humanity earned Ronaldo's lifelong respect and cemented what truly matters to him, way above all the trophies and all the fame. Ultimately, to sustain a 20-year career, he doesn't live like a robot. He actively finds the balance. He admits that sometimes he'll eat a burger or chips because it's important for his mind to have that kind of relief. He'll happily stay up until 2 a.m. to watch a UFC main event just because he enjoys it. It's about quality of life. This proves that ultimate, relentless consistency still absolutely leaves room for humanity and joy. To wrap up this explainer, we really have to look in the mirror. If we accept that there is no magical hack, there's no secret shortcut, and that literally everything he's achieved over the last 2 decades comes down to a simple compromise he makes with himself every single day, well, the only question left is for you. How will you apply this level of consistency to your present moment? How will you choose to challenge your own box of surprises today? Think about that for a bit, and I will catch you in the next